Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, and today I have an absolutely huge video for you guys. So Call of Duty is known for having all types of weapons in the game, and they all have different uses and purposes and many different styles of play. One type of weapon that is unique and tends to be used often in Call of Duty are the burst weapons. So today we are going to be ranking every single burst weapon in Call of Duty history from worst to best, whether it's a 2-round burst, 3, 4, 5, or even a 6-round burst weapon. It is going to be in this video, all the way from Call of Duty 4 up to Black Ops Cold War. And there are a lot of burst weapons in the Call of Duty series, 46 to be exact, all the way up to the point when this video is made. And I really hope I got that number right because I did a ton of research for this video. So if I missed any, I am going to be very embarrassed. One more hold up real quick. I found out in the middle of editing this video that I forgot one single burst weapon out of the video, but we will get to that later on, so please enjoy. And since this would be such a huge video if I did them all at once in a single video, I am actually going to split this into a two-part series, with the second part coming out the day after this video is uploaded. And this video was so fun to get gameplay for because it reminded me of so many burst weapons that I've just simply forgotten about that are actually really good. And I'm sure there are going to be some guns on this list that you haven't even heard of before. But without holding you up any longer, let's go ahead and get into ranking every single burst weapon in Call of Duty history from worst to best. So starting out with the worst burst weapon in Call of Duty history at the number 46 spot, it is going to be the Pdw Secondary Pistol from Call of Duty Ghost. In simple terms, this pistol just sucks. It's super hard to get a single burst kill with this gun. I don't think I have actually ever gotten a single burst kill. I don't think it's possible with the damage that's on this gun, unless you're in hardcore, but this gun has horrific range, terrible accuracy, terrible damage, and there are honestly just so many better options in Call of Duty Ghost aside from this gun. It just simply can't hold up to the other weapons. Out of every burst weapon in Call of Duty history, I would use anything over this gun. So I think that is a good place to start the video, but now we're going to move down to the number 45 spot, the second worst burst weapon in Call of Duty history. I hate that I put this gun this low on the list, but it has to be the Rift E9 in Black Ops 3. Now this gun aesthetically looks and functions super awesome, and this is, I believe, one of the only energy weapons in Black Ops 3. I think there's only 2 energy weapons, but it's a 2-round burst pistol that shoots a projectile, so you would have to make sure you lead your shots at certain distances, and that's fairly difficult to do in a jetpack game. I mean, in Black Ops 3, you gotta understand there are jetpacks, there are people jumping around a bunch, so that makes it a lot harder to use projectile weapons. And now at close range, this gun can be a 1-burst kill, but it gets a bit worse at a distance, losing its 1-burst stability. And as it gets harder to hit both shots, since it is a projectile and then there's also the range drop off, it just makes it not a very viable option to use in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Overall, if this gun was a hit scan burst pistol, I think it would be way better. At the number 44 spot, we have another 2-round burst pistol in Call of Duty, which is going to be in Advanced Warfare, and it is the MP443 Grok. I'm sure most of you have honestly probably forgot about this pistol and forgot it existed, but after going back and using it, I actually had some fun using it. It is definitely overshadowed by every other burst pistol in Call of Duty, but at close range, it actually can kill in a single burst. The problem is the same as many of the other burst pistols in Call of Duty. When it comes to range, it has a very huge drop off since it is a pistol, causing it to pretty much get infinite hit markers. So even though this is a fun gun to use and has some very fun dual wield variants, it's nowhere near the best burst gun in Call of Duty, and you're going to see that trend for a lot of the pistols. Next, at the number 43 spot, this weapon may or may not surprise you depending on how much you know about Advanced Warfare, but it is the lowest ranked assault rifle on this list, and it honestly should not have been as bad as it was, and that is going to be the Advanced Warfare M16. And you would think that any M16 should be a good weapon in Call of Duty, but this thing is just terrible. The iron sights were bulky. It was nearly impossible to get a 1-burst kill even at a close range, and when this thing was added to Advanced Warfare, it was honestly nothing but a disappointment, and I would have preferred them just never add it to the game because they really disrespected the M16 in Advanced Warfare. At the number 42 spot, this is actually one of my favorite weapons to use in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, but when I look at this weapon without my bias, this honestly isn't one of the best weapons in Call of Duty, even though I have fun with it, and it is going to be the 2-round burst sniper rifle in Infinite Warfare, the Widowmaker. This gun shoots 2 rapid bullets, and if you hit both, it counts as a 1-shot kill. Now this is a really fun gun to use until you play against your try-hard bunny hoppers who only cause you to hit one or none of the shots you shoot. You get hit markers, they kill you with their NV4 flatline. That's basically just how it goes in Infinite Warfare. This gun just simply isn't practical in a game like Infinite Warfare where you have the bunny hopping and the tryhards using OP weapons rounds with fast time to kills, so I had to put this gun pretty low on the list, but I would like to see something like it in a boots on the ground Call of Duty game. Now we have a burst weapon that is similar to the Widowmaker, but it is just a bit better in my opinion, and that is going to be the P06 3-round burst sniper rifle from Black Ops 3. This again was such a fun weapon to use, and it shot the burst a bit faster than the Widowmaker, and I believe this weapon was way more accurate. Overall, this gun was just simply so fun to use, and I've seen some crazy clips with it. It may be pretty low on the list, but I would highly suggest using it, and I still love this weapon. Down to the number 40 spot, we have quite a unique weapon from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and that is going to be the 5-round burst AMR9 SMG. I'm fairly certain everyone in the community is on the same page that this gun was pretty trash for a primary weapon. It's very difficult to get a one burst kill. The fire rate isn't very good, and that's a bad thing for a gun that shoots this many rounds. It's very inaccurate at range, and with it being in a game like Advanced Warfare where, like I've said before, there's bunny hopping and stuff, hitting all 5 rounds to get that one burst kill is very difficult. Since it is Advanced Warfare, there's also weapon variants in the game, and there is no good weapon variant for this gun that does it justice. I'm pretty sure it is simply just the worst primary weapon in Advanced Warfare, and it definitely deserves to be low on this list. Now down to the number 39 spot, we have the first Cold War burst weapon on this list, and that is going to be the Daemon Smg 3-round burst pistol that is supposed to resemble the RK5, the RK7, and the B23R, because Treyarch always likes putting their 3-round burst pistols in the game. Overall, the iron sights are not very clean, terrible damage range drop off as I've said before, weird recoil, and it just isn't a very good secondary to be using in Cold War, and it is definitely one of the worst burst weapons in Call of Duty history. It's honestly something I'm probably just going to forget about in the future. Down to the number 38 spot on the list, we have a pistol that I would bet 99% of you did not even know existed, and that is the Pkps 3-round burst pistol that came out during one of the events in Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Now this pistol really isn't anything special. It was just simply average, having the ability to melt people at close range, but once again, once it comes to that long range, it loses accuracy, it loses damage, and almost every other burst pistol in Call of Duty had the advantage over this gun. So you probably learned something new today now that you have learned that this weapon actually does exist, so you're welcome for this useless knowledge. Moving on down, we have one of the older siblings to the Daemon Smg at the number 37 spot, and that is going to be the RK7 in Black Ops 4. Now this one isn't terrible. It had decent iron sights, it didn't have terrible recoil, but it usually didn't kill in one burst, and that had to do with the Black Ops 4 game having 150 HP for the players. So with Black Ops 4 having such a high time to kill, there were just a lot more weapons in Black Ops 4 that overshadowed this gun. Overall, it wasn't my favorite pistol, definitely wasn't my favorite gun, and I've had some very weird gunfights with this gun. That's just some personal experience. I had some good times and some bad times with it. Overall, I think it is just a middle of the road secondary weapon, and it's just simply not a terrible burst weapon. That's where I'm going to leave it. Now down to the number 36 spot, we're going to look at a gun in everyone's favorite Call of Duty game, Infinite Warfare, and this is going to be the 3-round burst Hailstorm Revolver, and I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love this thing. It kills with one burst at actually a very decent range. It's extremely accurate, has a really good fire rate, and it has some awesome variants and attachments to make it even stronger. This is definitely the best secondary weapon in the game, and the only reason it's not high on the list is because most rifles in Call of Duty obviously take the place and overshadow secondary weapons. Moving down to the number 35 spot, we have another 3-round burst pistol, the RK5 in Black Ops 3. Overall, it's similar in almost every way to the Hailstorm in Infinite Warfare, but I think it has the upper edge simply with the reason that Black Ops 3 is a better flowing game in terms of map design and movement. The RK5 and all similar weapons were hard to rank because of how similar and equal in damage that all these burst pistols are. Moving on down, we have another gun in the burst pistol family, which is in Black Ops 2, the B23R. Now this one is easily better than any of the other burst pistols listed so far. It has extreme accuracy, awesome fire rate, awesome damage, but it can also do all of that at a long range. I always find myself getting one burst kills and overpowering SMGs and rifles sometimes in gunfights. This gun could easily be used as a primary weapon, and it saddens me that it's so low on this list, but like I said, there are a ton of other overpowered burst weapons in the Call of Duty franchise. Now at this point, I believe we have reached the end of our burst pistol fanatic on this list, and like I said, the only reason these pistols aren't higher is because there are a lot of overpowered rifles as well. But now the king of all burst pistols in Call of Duty, the M93 Rafika. Extremely accurate, basically always a one burst kill, super fun to use, and is reliable enough to get nukes with. I'm sure not many people will disagree with me saying this, but it is easily probably the best secondary weapon in Call of Duty history. Now down to the number 32 spot, we have an interesting pick from Black Ops 4 that I'm sure has been forgotten by most of you now, and that is going to be the Stingray 2-round burst rifle, and it's just meh. It's very low on this list considering it is actually a tactical rifle and is by far the weakest one. It's almost never a one burst kill, and it gets pretty ridiculous at longer ranges with how many hit markers you get. Overall, I consider this weapon very inconsistent, weird accuracy, and it's just not a burst weapon I would recommend using. Down to the number 31 spot, we have the 4-round burst SMG, the Pharaoh from Black Ops 3. And you know, a lot of people actually hate on this gun, but I don't think I am able to do that. I will agree that it is not the most practical or necessarily the best submachine gun, but it does have some power when it's in the right hands. I find myself usually doing pretty well overall with this gun, and it's just a middle of the road good burst SMG to use. Down at number 30, we have another burst SMG from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and it is the KSP-45. Now, if I had made this list a while ago, the gun would have been higher due to the buff it got, but now it has unfortunately gotten nerfed again, and I would just consider this gun to be rather average. It's a 3-round burst, does fairly well damage, and has fairly good accuracy, and I guess its main downfall would be the fire rate, and there are honestly overall a lot of other weapons in Black Ops Cold War that are going to overshadow the KSP-45 and just better burst guns in general in the Call of Duty franchise. At the number 29 spot, we have the gun that a lot of people hate on, and it's actually not that bad at all, and that is the Cheek Hump from Black Ops 2. One of my favorite Call of Duty YouTubers, Chaos X Silencer, if you're watching this, hey man, I'm sorry, but your opinion about this gun is incorrect. This gun is a beast, even though you hate on it. It has extremely good damage, insane fire rate, and it's super accurate. I think the only reason people hate on this gun is because bigger influences hate on this gun. But honestly, I highly suggest going back to Black Ops 2 and giving this gun a try because it is definitely a good pick and a very decent burst weapon. Now at the number 28 spot, we have what I believe is a forgotten gun in the series, and that is going to be the Daemon Smg from Black Ops 4. This is a 3-round burst SMG, and it's very similar to the Cheek Hump, but I think this one is just slightly a bit better. It absolutely melts up to a very decent range and has an insane fire rate. It resembles a model of an MP5, I guess, but it reacts completely different than any of the MP5s in the series. And if you haven't used this gun, you're really missing out. It's super good in Blackout and super good in multiplayer, so I would suggest going back to Black Ops 4 to give this burst weapon a try. So like I said, it turns out I actually did forget to put a weapon in this video, and luckily while I was editing I decided to quadruple check myself if I actually did have every burst weapon in this video, and I forgot the Pkps D9 from Call of Duty 4 Remastered. I honestly thought this DLC weapon was fully automatic, but thankfully I went and redid my research. I read the description of the weapon, and it turns out it actually is a burst weapon, so I just found out I was wrong. So even though I'm not re-recording this entire video commentary only for this weapon, I am going to do this after editing and just plug it in right here. So just know that my opinion on this gun, it actually is very decent, and I would put it right here between the number 28 and the number 27 spot. But yeah, this gun is great. Now enjoy the rest of the video. At the number 27 spot, we have one of the most unique weapons in Call of Duty history. It is the highest burst number burst weapon in Call of Duty history, and that is the 48 Dredge light machine gun from Black Ops 3 with a huge 6-round burst. Now this is higher than some of the other picks since it has the range of a light machine gun. It's super accurate, has a great fire rate, and even though it's not talked about a lot, this light machine gun does some very true damage in Black Ops 3 with certain attachments. It becomes super dangerous. It would be higher on the list if it had better mobility, but overall, I mean, it's just an awesome LMG. At the number 26 spot, we have a great assault rifle I straight up forgot about until researching for this video, and that is the Type 95 3-round burst assault rifle from Modern Warfare 3. Now I thought this gun would be trash since considering no one remembered it, but after going back to get some gameplay for it and actually trying it out, it is actually super reliable and it's quite easy to get a one burst kill with. I know I had some lag issues on Modern Warfare 3 since it is an older Call of Duty game, but I'm sure if I was playing with perfect connection, I would have wanted to put this gun a lot higher on the list, but compared to future picks in this video, it honestly doesn't compare. Now for the number 25 spot, I guarantee that more than 90% of you either didn't know this gun existed or just completely forgot about it in general, and that is going to be the Rajan EMX 3-round burst SMG from Infinite Warfare. This was a DLC weapon, and I believe it is criminally underrated. It has pinpoint accuracy, great burst fire rate, amazing damage range. It's just overall a very nasty weapon to use, and I wish it was talked about more by the community. You guys really need to go back to Infinite Warfare and experience this gun. Well, now we are at the halfway point of the list at the number 24 spot, so this will be the last last pick in part 1 of this series, and it is going to be another forgotten weapon of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and that is going to be the RVN 2-round burst energy assault rifle, which can also split into a double melee weapon. Now this gun obviously has the usual qualities of a good burst weapon: good accuracy, good fire rate, great damage. It could be a lot better, but it doesn't hold up to a lot of the other weapons in Infinite Warfare or a lot of the other burst weapons in the Call of Duty franchise. If it was a bit more hit marker consistent, I would have considered it to be one of the most OP weapons in Call of Duty, but right now I believe it is just simply a middle of the road burst weapon, but it is very good. I would really love it if you guys went to experience this gun, because hey, it's worth doing. But there you have it. That is the first half of ranking every burst weapon in Call of Duty history. Be sure to subscribe and check out part 2 coming the day after part 1 is uploaded. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks in this first half of the list, and I will see you guys in part 2.